According to some fans, the tension between staff and players at UNC seems to be hitting a boiling point.
That's on the coaching staff. That's on the coaching staff.
Carolina's been struggling early in ACC play, and some of the quotes coming out of the players in these post-game interviews are starting to catch fans' attention. After the Wake Forest game, Caleb Wilson was asked why he only had 2 shot attempts in the second half. Here's his response.
Trying to get shots up or getting you the ball?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now, when I first saw this, I didn't think much of it, but if we fast forward to the Stanford game, here was another response from him in the postgame.
Primary focus is probably me and Henry. So if I don't go and assert myself in multiple ways in transition or doing other things, I won't get open looks or get good touches. So I just decided to be more aggressive and finding open looks. They ran the same plays over and over again. It wasn't like they were doing anything special.
Now, media doing what they're trained to do, they take the quote, immediately take it to Coach Davis.
I'm not gonna, again, that would be negligent on my part to answer a question based on what somebody else said.
And it hasn't just been Caleb and Hubert. We've seen this now with a situation between Seth Trimble and Davis.
That's on the coaching staff. That's on the coaching staff. I'm not in the room when they're having these conversations. My job is to be the best team I could possibly be to every single one of these guards.
AJ goes and asks Hubert about it.
So I'm not saying that Seth didn't say it, but I don't know the manner in which he said it, the context in which he said it. So I don't want to comment on that.
Now, to be fair, there's a couple things to understand. These are 10 to 15 second clips from full 10-minute long interviews. No one has actually said anything that I think should raise the alarm. And in my opinion, I think you're just seeing individuals that are clearly frustrated by what's going on with the program. When you look at Seth, he was a part of the team that was preseason #1 and failed to make the NCAA tournament. He was obviously a part of last year's group that really struggled and feels a lot like what it does this year. And that team almost missed the tournament. And he just isn't trying to deal with this again. And all of these guys can say they don't hear what's going on in the media. They don't see it. And that's not true because Seth has even commented on stuff on our channel before. So they see it, they feel the pressure, they feel the anxiety that is currently around the program. And some of the fans are questioning if they really care. Now understand this, if you are a fan that's frustrated, the players are feeling frustration times 10, 100 of what you're feeling. And I think that's what you're seeing. Seth, Caleb, Hubert, they're frustrated with how this season is starting to turn out. And if you want to see someone who's really checked out of a situation, look at John Moran in Memphis, look at DeAndre Ayton with the Lakers. Those are guys that are checked out and ready to go. That is not what you're seeing out of this Carolina group right now. And it's a weird place right now between the fan base of some who want Hubert out, some who want the players to be held more accountable. I think it all goes round and round in circles. But the truth is, fans that are calling out the players saying that they don't care is far from the truth. And I think that's the same with Hubert. Nobody's questioning that he cares. I think the question right now amongst the program is, okay, there's obvious signs of issues. There's obvious signs of turmoil. How does this get fixed soon? And is Hubert the right guy to lead the program? Do they have the right personnel in the locker room to do that as well, whether it's head coach, coaching staff, or players? Now, my biggest concern with this, though, there's 2 things here that I think fans actually should sound the alarm about. 1, you don't want to waste the season where you have probably the best freshman you've had in years and possibly the best 1-2 punch in the front court between Henry and Caleb that we've seen probably since John Henson and Tyler Zeller. And to me, the second most important thing and the most alarming thing is if this season continues to go the way that it is and Caleb is still struggling or frustrated when we get to the end of it, that's how the program loses future recruits and future transfers. Somebody in the comments said that it's because of fan base or channels like this, that this is why top recruits don't want to come to Carolina. That is not true. No top prospect is looking at these channels saying that's how I make my decision on which college to go to. But what top recruits will do is talk with one another, talk with other transfers and people that have been in and out of the system at UNC. And that's the alarming thing, because if Caleb doesn't put out a good word when he leaves Carolina, and this whole situation only exists if Hubert comes back next year. But if the word comes out that more guys who are leaving the program are finding better success elsewhere, guys inside the program aren't having as much enjoyment and fun as they thought they would, guys like Caleb Wilson are having to do it basically on their own to get shots, him getting 2 shots in the second half against Wake Forest is a problem. I think it's a problem on both staff and players, but it's a problem nonetheless. But that's the worrisome thing in this situation where guys talk. These top recruits all know each other. All the top transfers know each other. The basketball world is extremely small. Every coach, player is connected some way or another. That's the reason why I think Carolina is struggling to get recruits. I don't think there's a ton of positivity from players coming out of UNC that is trickling down to these future recruits and future transfers. Carolina's missed out on a lot of recruits. Carolina's missed out on a lot of transfers they wanted. I don't think the roster that they've constructed right now was the roster they would have obviously wanted. But part of that, because there obviously is resource in NIL, part of that is because players are probably saying, I don't really know if I want to go play in that system. I don't know if that's really where I want to go. So if you get a top recruit finally in Caleb Wilson, he gets to the end of this season and maybe doesn't have the highest praise of playing under Hubert Davis, you guys know what happens next. And I think that's where we're at right now. So those are really the alarming things out of this. I think what you're seeing as far as these clips and interviews and situation going on right now, it's just frustrated basketball players. And it's a good thing to see. You want to see some frustration. You do want to see a little pop, but you've got to translate it onto the basketball court now. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think about the current situation of Carolina. Should Hubert be brought back next year? And let's just play this fun game. If Hubert is not here next year, what is the coach that you would want to see at Carolina next season? Last thing, we are now partnered with Branded Bills. So if you like these hats, check the link in the description. Tons of college merch. That link will take you straight to it. A lot of cool Carolina stuff. I love the hat. It's super comfortable, super flexible, works in all situations. I've got a couple of them now, so check that out. If you want to see the full interview videos, please check the description. See them. They were done by Tar Heel Tribune as well as Tar Heel Report. So those links will be found below. You check those videos out. Please watch the whole thing. Get your comments in, hit the like button, share the video, hit subscribe to enter your name in the portal, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.